Reframers, it's your girl Chessy. Before we get into this episode, I wanted to do a little disclaimer. My husband Twiz was not able to participate in this episode of the podcast because he was struggling with some health issues that unfortunately caused him to lose his voice for a couple of weeks. The good news is he's doing much better now, and he should be here for the next episode. But since it was just Onyx and me for this episode, we decided to have a little bit of fun and change it up and do some Am I the Asshole Reddit reads for you guys. So we really hope that you enjoy this different style of the podcast, and thank you so much for being here. All right, let's get into it. Welcome back to the Reframing Gaming podcast, everybody. Unfortunately, my husband is out due to an illness. All three of us together have decided that we are going to go ahead and continue the episode with something light and something fun. And today we're going to be reading Am I the Assholes off of Reddit. And I think it's going to be a lot of
Reddit
fun. So
reads.
we're going to get into it. And I think we're just gonna run with it.
I'm down for that.
I'm
I
down for
will
that.
if you want to read the first one while I'm getting the
Yeah.
prompt set up.
Yeah, I can do that. I
The
can do that.
vertical.
I'm gonna start with this one. So just so you guys know, when I was going through and picking these out, I didn't read them. I just read the title and I was like, if this sounds interesting, I'm copying the link. And so I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's in these. Um so we'll find out. We'll see how juicy this gets. Am I the asshole for taking my friend's no at face value instead of insisting? I, 25 male, have a close friend, 24 female, who's been dealing with a lot of stress lately. Nothing life
Mhm.
threatening, but enough that she's been skipping meals, isolating herself, and generally not taking care of herself. One evening, we were hanging out, and I noticed she hadn't eaten all day. I offered to order food for her. She said, I'm not hungry. I asked again a few minutes later because I knew she hadn't eaten. Same answer. So I dropped it. Later that night, she texted me saying she was upset. She said that I should have known she didn't actually mean no, and that a real friend would have insisted, ordered the food anyway, or at least kept trying because she was clearly struggling. I told her I cared about her, but I also believe adults should be able to say what they mean. If someone tells me
Mhm.
no twice, I'm going to respect that answer. I don't think it's my place to override someone's decision just because I think I know better. She argued that when people are emotionally overwhelmed, they sometimes need someone to push through their resistance. I said that expecting people to read your mind isn't fair. If you want help, tell me. I'll gladly help, but I can't guess which no actually means yes. Now, a few mutual friends think I was too detached and that I should have recognized she needed support, even if she wasn't asking for it. So, am I the asshole for respecting what she said instead of insisting? Honestly,
What do
I
you
don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Like,
I'm going
she
to pull
said
it up
no
on my end as
twice.
well.
I don't know.
That to me is just like it's almost looking for attention. You know,
I
like
think so
you're
too.
wanting that attention. You're wanting that person to fawn all over you and be like, "Oh no, sweetie, have you eaten today? Let's get you some food." You know what I mean? If you
Exactly.
want food or if you just want attention from that person, just tell them.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. Like, me personally, if I was in a situation, like if it was you or if it was JoJo or if it was like, even when I was living with my brother Aaron, like, if he had straight up if somebody would have straight up told me no, like I probably still would have ordered them something small, be like, look, I'm not gonna be mad if you
That's what
don't
I
eat
do
it,
too.
but I
Yeah.
would have got them something anyway. But like they asked a couple of times at some point, like over especially over in
When do you
America,
stop
because like
asking?
exactly. Like I know in Ireland you get asked and asked and asked, and if you say no after like what is it, 3 times, they'll be like, "Oh, okay, don't worry about it. No skin off my back." But like in
Yeah.
this case, you're supposed to assume that you're going to get something just because you're struggling and that person knows. Like if you said no and you don't feel like eating, they're going to assume you don't feel like eating, and especially if it's just a
But
friend.
how about instead of saying no, just straight up say, "I'm not hungry right now." If you don't want food, or if you do
Right.
want food, be so clear with your words and your intentions and what you want and don't want. Like clear up any confusion, any would be arguments or fights if you just say what you mean in that moment.
Right. Like I'm sorry, even if I'm struggling, Like, and you can ask my husband this, even if I'm struggling and I'm really genuinely I'm not eating that much, I'm not like taking care of myself that much, like he'll still ask me like 2 or 3 times, and then if it's like, no, I really don't want to, he'll still respect that, and I'm not gonna get mad at him if he eats without me
Yeah.
because I straight up said, no, if I want something, I can go
Mhm.
get something.
And I've always been the type of friend, like, when my friends are with me and we're out and about doing stuff and I want to get something from Sonic or Wendy's or something, I will ask them, and usually because I know my friends in the area where I live, I know them, so I'll just go ahead and order them like a small fry or something
Yeah.
because that's usually what they would get anyways. And if they want it, it's there. If
Yeah,
they
and if
don't
they
want it,
don't,
somebody
it's
in
okay.
the house is gonna eat it. I have two young kids; it'll get
Yeah,
eaten.
and you have Kelso too, so
Yeah, my dog will definitely sniff it out.
I like what JoJo said, a real friend would have been honest when answering yes or no.
Yes. Yes. And the fact that I feel like a part of me feels like that person is lashing out at their friend. They're going through so much right now in life, depressed, all of that stuff,
Yeah, that it's just, like,
stressed out.
spilling out onto everyone around them.
They're lashing out at their friend. They're not actually mad that their
Yeah,
friend didn't keep bothering them. They're just mad in general, and that's like the only place that they can take it out in that moment, and that's wrong. That's not okay.
I
There's
agree.
no excuse for it. But it could have been all it all actually, you know what? In this instance, with her probably lashing out, I don't think they could have avoided this
No,
anyways,
I
because
in
she's
any
gonna find something to be
situation.
upset about. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's underlying issues going on, like, they're clearly struggling with a lot of stuff in their life or their mental
Mhm.
health or something like that. It doesn't give a lot of context on that, which is fine. But just by the way, to people who post these things on Reddit, add the context. Don't, like, dox
Yep.
people, but add the context because it does help when people are trying to judge whether or not, like, you're the asshole, you're not the asshole, no one's the asshole, the
Mhm.
context helps. But, like, she's clearly struggling. She's clearly got stuff going on, and her friend, first of all, they're just friends. They're not it's not like that's her boyfriend and, she should be
Yeah.
expecting him to just go ahead and get her a small fry or something. But like she literally is projecting all of that underlying stuff that she either isn't or can't deal with
Yeah.
onto the people that care about her. And it doesn't dismiss the fact that he cares about her and he wants to help, but she told him no. She, like, straight up told him
Yeah.
no.
What are you gonna do? Tire you a chair and force feed her fucking French fries and chicken
Exactly.
nuggets? Like what? Just keep pushing. Put like I don't. Me personally, if I get told no twice, I'm gonna end it after that.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna ask anymore. Not counting my friends or my husband or my kids because I know what they want and I'll get them something, whether they want it right then or not. They can have it later. But
yeah. I like how the top comment says, "Not the asshole adults use their words. Your friend is acting like a child. She's
mhm,
also trying to manipulate you."
yep. She's setting OP up for failure. If someone repeatedly tells you they don't want food, respecting their explicit answer is the most reasonable thing an adult can do. See?
Exactly. Yeah, like,
She's
wouldn't it
being
be great if we
childish.
could read minds, but we can't, so we're going off of face value, and I would probably do the same thing.
Mhm. Let's see if there's any more interesting. She can, as somebody said, she can use her big girl words. No means no. Yeah,
Exactly.
use your big girl words.
Big
That's
girl
no.
words. Oh my
No,
goodness.
that's not okay.
It's not. It's not.
So
I would say not the asshole on that
not the
entirely.
asshole on that. Entirely not the asshole. I completely agree. I completely agree. Okay, I picked the am I the asshole for refusing to let my sister announce her pregnancy at my wedding after she already told everybody she was going
Ooh.
to.
I'm so excited for this one. When I read the title, I was
I
like,
know
this
that
better
one
be
caught my eye. That one caught
juicy.
my eye. I, 27 female, got married 2 weeks ago after being engaged for almost 2 years. My husband and I paid for almost the entire wedding ourselves because we wanted everything to be exactly how we imagined it to be. About a week before the wedding, my older sister, 31 female, told me she had just found out she was pregnant. I was excited for her family since she and her husband have been trying for over a year. Then she asked if she could announce it during the reception or sometime in between. I told her I was happy for her, to be honest, but I wasn't comfortable with that because I wanted the wedding to stay focused on celebrating us, and also my fiance needs to agree as well. I suggested she announce it any other day, maybe at the family brunch the next morning or Thanksgiving for the wedding. She looked disappointed, but she said she understood. Moving along to the wedding, during cocktail hour, a few of our cousins and some friends came up to congratulate my sister. I was confused until one of them asked if I didn't know she was pregnant. Turns out my sister had been telling family members privately because, according to her, people kept asking why she wasn't drinking or being her usual self. I tried to ignore it, but then my aunt asked the DJ for the microphone so everybody could toast the two biggest celebrations in the family.
Oh my
I
god.
immediately I immediately told the DJ not to hand over the mic. This is my day. My sister looked angry but kept her cool. She later said I embarrassed her and said I was acting jealous over a baby. The next morning, she skipped brunch completely and sent me a long text saying I had ruined what should have been one of the happiest moments of her life because it's not like anyone would remember. I'm sorry, I'm getting upset the more I read
I'm
this.
so upset.
It's not like anybody would remember the wedding in a few years, but they'll always remember the first grandchild of the family. It caused a huge issue since everybody is involved. I'm just thinking if I should have let her or told my husband about it beforehand to avoid all of this. But I don't like it when she tries to be the center of attention always. But then I might be wrong. Am I the asshole?
Absolutely not. No, because I'm sorry, this was your wedding.
Mm-mm.
This is
I
not the
see.
biggest day of her life. You're gonna be pregnant for 9 months. You have 9 months to announce that pregnancy. This is 1 day out of the whole life of somebody.
I'm gonna answer it like I'm gonna give an answer of what I would do personally, and then I'm gonna give my opinion on the whole post. Me personally, if my sister came up and asked if she could announce her pregnancy at my wedding, I would be so excited. If my sister wanted to announce her, or she would ask me permission to announce her pregnancy at my wedding, I would be so down for it.
Yeah,
I'd be up there with her screaming into the microphone that my sister was pregnant because I would want to celebrate her and me and my husband all on the same day. That's just who I am though. In this circumstance, she found out she was pregnant a week before the wedding.
you could have waited.
Why did she specifically have to tell everybody at the wedding after her sister asked her politely not to? She could have easily told everybody at the brunch the next morning. Like that, I feel like that would have been the perfect opportunity because everybody, the family brunch the next morning after a wonderful wedding, celebrating these two people falling in love and getting married, announce your pregnancy then.
Yeah,
Her sister even said she could do it then. So I don't understand why. And maybe I would like to give the sister a little bit of the benefit of the doubt because maybe she was going around whispering it and then other members of the family was like, let's make it a big deal. But what she said afterwards to her sister about nobody would remember the wedding and
that
all
was
that, not
uncalled
showing up to
for.
brunch, that's uncalled for. That is just so mean and nasty to do, especially to your sister.
I agree. I
That's just my
agree.
opinion on it. What do you think?
Honestly, I don't think the bride is the asshole for wanting her wedding day to be mostly about her. Just like you said, the sister or sister-in-law, whatever it
Mhm.
is,
Mhm.
my
I
older
think it's I
sister,
think
the
it's
older sister.
sister.
So, first of all, there's a huge difference in whether or not this is the sister's first child or not. I think too, because that excitement is
It
like
says at the end of the post, it's the first grandchild of the family.
the first right, okay.
Yeah.
So, it's the
Mhm.
first grandchild, and I get that that's a big deal. I don't agree because obviously the I think it was the mom. No, it's the
Mhm.
aunt. The aunt asked the DJ for the microphone so that she could toast both of them, and it's like, first of all, this celebration isn't about any of y'all. It is about the bride and the groom. Period. Point
Mhm.
blank. End of story. If like
Mhm.
you said, if it was me, if I had a sister, or even if it was like my brother and his wife, my sister-in-law, and they wanted to announce something like that, I'd be totally cool with it at my wedding. I wouldn't care because we're celebrating the whole family being together there too,
Mhm.
and bringing a new member into the family is a big deal. So like me personally, I also wouldn't care. But it's clear that the OP does. And
Mhm.
I understand that like people are asking, why aren't you drinking? Why aren't you acting like you normally do? Yada yada yada. If I
I
was
feel
in
like
the
I'm
sister's
confused.
shoes right, if I was in the sister's shoes, I would have respected my younger sister, I would have respected
Mhm.
her day, and I would have straight up just told them, "I'm not really feeling well today. I'm trying to, keep it together so that I can support my sister on her big day. I'm just not feeling that well today. I don't want the alcohol to end up making me sick later. I'm not
Yeah.
drinking. I'm just trying to drink a lot of water." Like, I would have made up any excuse in the book except telling everybody in secret that, "Oh, it's because I'm pregnant. It's all about me. It's all about me having a baby and yada yada." And then turning around and saying, "Well, I embarrassed her," like saying that she embarrassed her on what would have been one of the biggest days of her life. You, like I said, you have 9 months to have that big moment. You had
Yeah,
9
you're gonna be fawned
months.
over for 9 months and everything, like,
Yeah, you're
you
gonna
could
have a baby shower, you're gonna have people bringing you gifts, people doting on you, people checking on you, and it's very
Mhm.
clear that the aunt cares a lot about both of them, and so the aunt's definitely
Yeah,
gonna be showing up. I think the sister was an asshole for trying to make the wedding
100%.
day about her, and based on what she said at the end, I don't like when she tries to be the center of attention always. It makes it sound like there's more to this, like she's been doing this, it's kind of a trend for her.
That's exactly what it sounds like. At the end, when the younger sister said that she always tries to make it about her, she always tries to be the center of attention whenever anything else is happening for someone else in the family. I think that's exactly what it is. She just wanted to, she wanted a little slice of that attention, a little bit of that spotlight. She did
Yeah.
not care if she hurt her sister's feelings in any way. I do think the little sister should have told the rest of the family, because if it was me and I didn't want my sister to announce that at my wedding, I would tell my mom and Dylan and, the rest of the family, or I would at least tell my mom because I'm sure my mom would know by then, but I'd be like,
Yeah.
"Hey, I don't want her to announce at the wedding."
I
You
mean, and
know?
it's as simple as it could have been a conversation before, like well beforehand. Like,
Yeah.
is there a way that you can help me like get through your wedding day where I'm not obviously not going to be drinking? This is why I wanted to tell everybody then. It's because people are going to be thinking it's weird because like the amount of things that are probably going on in the sister's head as well of like, well, how do I get through a wedding where there's alcohol and there's partying and stuff like that, and I'm not being myself? People are going to ask
Yeah.
questions like, can you help me get through that? But I also
Mhm.
think, like, also what Shadow said too makes a lot of sense. A lot of pent-up jealousy
Oh,
or
yeah.
hidden issues there, feeling upstage, and I'm feeling a little bit too like it's the older sister. Like she's 31, the younger sister's 27. That's what like a 4 or 5 year age gap. So
Mhm.
she for several years of her life at the beginning was an only child, and so she was probably treated like the favorite
She never
child.
shook off that only child syndrome. She never took it
Exactly.
off.
And so
Oh
like
my god.
I don't know. Like my husband says, I feel like that would be a conversation between the bride and groom. It would be like if Moni and Cody had announced their wedding at ours. If they had come to us and talked to us saying, hey, we're getting engaged. We would love to share that, celebration with you guys and, share it on that day. Like I would have been one of those brides that instead of throwing the bouquet, I would have turned around and handed it to her and let him propose at my wedding. I love those types of TikToks
Mhm.
and stuff that I see all the time. I would be exactly like that.
One of our friends wanted to propose to his wife, and he actually asked Dylan if he could propose at our wedding, and we said hell yes. Me and Dylan both did. We said
Oh,
hell yeah. He didn't propose at our wedding. He ended up proposing 5 months later on Christmas, so
aw.
it worked out good anyways. But he did ask permission.
Speaking of weddings, because you guys are about to celebrate your anniversary coming up.
Yeah, on Thursday. 10
Mhm.
years married.
10
Hmm.
years, you guys, 10 years. And
10
you know
years.
what? That's insane. Because I've known this woman for 15.
You remember
So
when I started dating Dylan?
I remember when you started dating him, I remember thinking, like, I wonder if this is, like, just one of those high school things where, like, they go off to college, things don't work out. You guys have
Yeah.
stuck together. I've watched your relationship blossom. I cried at your proposal. I cried when you found out you were pregnant with Colt. I cried when you found out you were pregnant with Kimmy.
Yeah, you've been there through all of it. Every milestone. Chelsea's been there.
But yeah, I think and it doesn't sound like the fiance in this was, like, unsupportive, and I think that's really what gets
I don't
somebody
think
to 10
she
years.
told him in the beginning of the post, or somewhere in the middle of the post. She said she wished she would have told her fiance about it
Oh, she should've if she
earlier.
didn't.
That way this wouldn't have happened. So I feel like this was a conversation, like a private conversation between her and her sister. I don't know if anybody else in the family knew she was pregnant. Maybe only the sister and her man knew she was pregnant, you know? Um,
It
but
says
she said she didn't I don't think she told anybody else.
I don't know, cause the middle well, kind of the middle, it says she asked if she could announce it during the reception or sometime between. I told her I was happy for her, but I wasn't comfortable with that because I wanted the wedding to stay focused on celebrating us, and also my fiancé needs to agree as well. So I'm
Oh,
wondering if
at
there
the end,
wasn't yeah, I'm wondering if there
it
wasn't
said
some type of conversation.
it says at the end, "It caused a huge issue since everybody is involved. I'm just thinking if I should have let her announce it or told my husband about it beforehand to avoid all of this."
Oh, yeah, I see that now, I see that.
So I don't know if, like, nobody else knew but her and the older sister, or because I feel like that is an important that is an important detail.
Yeah,
If like, other people in the family know, um, and it's okay for her to, like, talk to her fiancé, because me personally, I don't tell people's business. Someone tells me they're pregnant, getting married, it doesn't matter what they tell me. I will go to my grave keeping that a secret unless they tell me, "You could talk about it, whatever," like, I don't care. And then I still wouldn't, because I feel like that's gossip, and I don't like to gossip about people anyways.
right.
You know this about me. But, like, I feel like that's a really important detail that should be in the post if other people in the family knew, like mom or fiance or something like that, or if it was just between her and her sister
Mhm. I like
type
what
of thing.
Shadow
And the way
said.
it sounds like it was just between them. Think only sister told her at wedding, like dropped a bomb on her. I don't know if she knew before the wedding. Well, it says a week before the wedding, her older sister told her she was pregnant. So the bride and the older sister, they at least both knew
Yeah.
when the wedding happened.
Yeah, Shadow
So,
says, I think the sister should have come to her sister and the groom first. I'm sure the sister would have been thrilled and probably worked through it together, come up with a solution. Again, this is just
mhm,
another one of those where communication would have gone a long way. It really would have gone a long way. And also, I mean, I feel like with husbands and wives, you tell me you're telling
I
my
agree,
wife.
Twiz.
I agree with that. And I that's what I was
Yeah,
going to say. Also, I think that even if she only came to the sister, like, even if the older sister was just talking to the younger sister, that still should have been a conversation that included the fiancé because the day is also about
yeah,
him, and
yep,
that's
I
his
agree.
decision too.
That goes back to men being put on the back burner for mental health and stuff like that,
Yes, and I hate it so
which I
much. I
hate.
hate
I hate it
it.
so much too. Yeah, I like that. That was a good one. I definitely think the older sister is the asshole in that one.
Am I the asshole for uninviting my fiance's mother to our wedding?
Ooh.
The baseline of that tells me potentially, but let's read it and we'll find out. I, 24 male, and my fiance, 28 male, are set to get married in 3 months. I uninvited his mother without telling him first. Instant red flag. You should have had a conversation with
Oh my
him.
god. Yeah.
And keep in mind, 24 and 28, you guys are still super young. You guys are like, I'm only 30, but that's still super young. I think 27, 28 is a good age to get married. But even if you get married younger than that,
Mhm.
like, you've got to learn about communications. When he was a child, his mother was a very abusive alcoholic. Around 10 years ago, she became sober. I understand all of that far too well. I use
Mhm.
speech marks as she still drinks every now oh, quotation marks. I use quotation marks as she still drinks every now and then, special occasions. His mother didn't really like our relationship when she first found out. My partner basically came out to his family by telling them about me. We've always had a decent relationship, usually very civil, and in respect to my fiance, I'm always polite and kind, even in times I shouldn't be. I felt that. In the
Mhm.
past, when me and my partner have lived together in front of his mother when she is drinking, she has made passive aggressive comments about us being two men in a relationship. Some examples: a fiance's name. If you had children with a woman, they would be so adorable. This was completely out of the blue when children were nothing to do with the topic of the conversation. Also, my name. Wouldn't your family be more proud seeing you with a woman? So it sounds like a little bit of homophobia, but I'm going to
Oh
keep
my
going.
god.
My family is very religious, and the only people in my family who support me are my brother and younger sister. And then quote, but if you had a surrogate, the baby would need a mother. Being gay is becoming such a trend with young people. These are just a few examples. I'm going to keep my mouth shut and keep reading. Now, down to the ultimate reason for me uninviting her. 3 days ago, me and her went to get some groceries together. In the car, we were talking about the wedding. She was just talking about how she was so excited one of her children was getting married and blah, blah, blah. Then she asked what drinks would be at the wedding. I told her it would be an open bar with a selection of cocktails, wines, and liqueur. She started getting excited, a bit too excited. She kept
uh,
asking about the drinks, and as she was speaking, she said, I can't wait to get drunk. Ma'am, you're a 58-year-old recovering alcoholic. I said to her that I would rather her not, as it is a black tie wedding and I have some friends who don't drink or are sober and would want it to be fun and a comfortable environment for everyone. She said she understood, and we went about with our day. Yesterday, we were all at my partner's parents' house and we were having some wine. My partner and his dad headed to the other living room, which to watch football, whilst she and I continued talking. The moment they left, she looked at me, no, actually through me, and she said, why do you think I want to be drunk at your wedding? To which I replied, maybe you're excited and want to have fun. And with no hesitation, she says, I would need a whole bottle of vodka to sit through a celebration of my son fucking another man up the ass. I was literally speechless. I want her thrown off a cliff. Not
oh my
because I was
god.
shocked, but because I was choosing between leaving and finally cussing her out for her BS comments. Right then and there, I left her and told my partner I was tired and wanted to go home. That night, I texted her, please don't come to our wedding. I will happily send you the money back for any expenses you have paid towards your flight, hotel, dress, or gift. This afternoon, my partner came home from work and said we need to talk and called me immature for uninviting her. He kept steady on the point that I uninvited her rather than telling me what she told him happened. When I told him what happened, he said she would never say that. I told him it's either we get married without her there or we don't get married. He knows that if he chooses to not get married, I would leave him, but he still hasn't decided, which is making me question our whole relationship. I'm really hoping there's an
Oh my
update to this
god.
one.
That that was a roller coaster of a paragraph.
This one really got on my nerves. First of
Oh
all,
my
homophobia
god.
out the wazoo. Like, that is
Holy.
bonkers crazy to me to hear her say some shit like that. Like, I'm sorry, your son is gay. You can't change that. You don't have to picture them having sex or be happy about the situation. Like,
Ew.
if you don't want to watch the wedding, if you don't want to support them, straight up don't support them. Don't go. But the rude comments, the snide remarks, and then straight up saying that to your son's fiance, like, get out. You
Mm-mm.
are.
Mm-mm.
This chick
Mm-mm.
sucks. This chick pisses me
I'm
off.
just saying, if we were put in that situation and an in-law said something bad to me, Dylan would 100% be on my side. I'm his wife.
Yeah.
Like I come before anybody, and then me and Dylan, we equally agree that our children come before anyone. My children come before him. Our children come before me. In his eyes, like it's our children, and then us as a couple, our marriage and
Mhm.
everything, and then everybody else under us. That's how our household runs. And if anybody was to ever say something like that to me, he would lose his mind and be
Oh my
like,
god.
they are not invited to anything ever again in our lives.
No, those people are getting cut off. From me,
No
those people would be getting
hesitation.
cut off. I have
Yeah,
cut people off
100%.
for less. And here's my other
Mhm.
problem. Like, yes, he is the asshole for the simple fact of he didn't communicate this with his fiance
Yeah,
first. He absolutely should have had a conversation with him first, but he is
I
not the
agree.
asshole for uninviting her. Because for one, if that was myself, whether it's my husband or a wife or whoever, I don't care. If I was in this position, for one, I 110% as who I am today, be communicating with my partner about what happened. I wouldn't just look at him and say, I'm tired, I want to go home. I would look at him, say, I'm tired, I want to go home. We'd get in the car, and then I would tell him exactly what just happened.
See, I would have told him in front of his father and everybody else there too.
The only reason the only reason that I wouldn't do that is because in situations like that, I don't want there to be, like, a big blow up in front of everybody, and I don't wanna have a big
See,
fight
if
with
she's gonna be a
everybody.
homophobic, alcoholic piece of shit and sit there and talk to her son's partner, the love of his life that he's getting married to,
Mhm.
then everybody could know what she said. If she's gonna talk shit in front of everybody then. Don't just do it when we're alone in the room and everybody else walks out.
I don't know, I feel like
That's my whole thing.
I would just be like, I am so not a non-confrontational person. I am one of the loudest bitches you are ever gonna meet, and I'm gonna be the first one to call somebody out for their bullshit every single
Which
time.
is so
It's
crazy to me that you would wait to get in a car because out of our friendship, I'm the one that hates confrontation.
it's
I can't
true.
stand confrontation. It scares me. I try to avoid it as much as possible. And Chessie's the one that will like swing at somebody.
I will too, so
It
fucking quick.
doesn't, I feel like it doesn't look like it. Like I look like the mean one almost. Like I look
Here's
like
the
the one that
deal.
would hit somebody and I'm not.
I'd be swinging and I'd be collecting their teeth and putting them in a jar for you. That's how
Yeah,
this works.
I'd be sitting there on the curb watching because somebody was mean to me and Jessie stuck up for me.
But,
That's what
like,
would happen.
so help me anybody ever bullies my girl over here, y'all are gonna need a hospital or a coroner, one of the 2. Um,
That wouldn't happen.
but, like, what bothers me the most is, like, 58 years old, 10 years supposedly sober. She's 58 years old, she's old enough to know better. Like, you are
Yeah.
already married. You have been to friends' weddings, you've been to whatever, like, you're old enough to fucking know better. And, like, I get, like, the older generation just really has no filter, and then they wanna look at us when we respond like, "Well, you should be respectful." It's like, "You should be
Mhm.
respectful, you're older than me and you should know better." But the not just the side
Yeah.
comments, not even I would start recording the shit if I was this person. I would've started recording every conversation with her so I could give it
Yup.
to my partner, be like, "This is dead ass what the fuck she said."
This is what she said to me
Because
while you were not in the
absolutely not.
room.
And it bothers me so much that his partner isn't backing him up. Like, are you marrying your partner? Or are you marrying your mom? Get off her fucking tea. Just fucking come to
Oh
terms with the
God,
fact that your
mama's
mom is a
boys.
piece of shit. You've already seen it in action plenty.
Mhm.
So how are you going to sit here and pretend like, oh, she would never act like that? She's done it your whole life. What do you mean she would never act like that?
Yeah, she's proven it time and time and time again. When are you gonna accept the fact that she's just a shitty person? And the fact that like I understand I understand him immediately not wanting to believe his fiance. I get that. I understand immediately not wanting to believe that your your parent would say that to your partner. But like you said, it goes hand in hand with she's proven time and time and time and time again with
Yeah.
little side remarks and getting drunk and treating him bad and the family bad and everything. She's proven she's not a good person. She's it sounds like she's a narcissist. She's homophobic. She's an alcoholic. She's just an all around bitter, sad person. And it's
Yeah.
sad. And I don't know if there's an update to this story, but I really hope the fiance didn't like break up with his partner. Like I hope he believed him and everything about what his mom said.
Okay, so the I'm looking okay, Leather Artichoke is the original poster. Okay, so I was looking at the comments and this one I like. It says ESH, everyone sucks here. You you because you uninvited his mom, that should have been on him. And also, again, in my personal opinion, should have had a conversation with him first. Her for being homophobic, your spouse for letting his mom act that way. Your marriage needs to be on hold, bare minimum, until you work through this or
Yeah.
decide to break up. You've been together how long and she's been problematic. You two need to work on communication and problem solving as a couple. You're failing badly. They edited to add, I would want her uninvited too, and it's still your spouse to be's family. If he can't manage his own family to protect you, him, and your relationship, that is problematic. You mentioned your
Mhm.
relationship being the catalyst to him coming out to his parents. That means he went into this with a lot of unresolved issues. I agree with that. And
Yeah.
with this to deal with potentially unsupportive parents, he either didn't come out because he didn't know or because he knew they wouldn't support you two. He may still be in the hoping mom will come around stage, which leaves your relationship in the crosshairs.
If she hasn't came around by now, I don't think she's ever gonna come around, and that's what's so
I don't think
sad.
so either because like 58 years old and you're still acting like this.
In my opinion, I think everybody in this Reddit post is an asshole, except maybe the dad. The dad didn't do anything.
I'm not seeing any other posts on the person's page. I don't know how to find out if there's an update. I don't know if there's one in the comments anywhere. I do regret not doing
Someone
so. Okay, so probably should have told him before just inviting her. I do not OP says I do not regret doing so. When we got home, he knocked straight out and I was just up playing it over and over in my head and just sent the message.
mhm. Someone here said, "A marriage is a partnership. Uninviting someone is two yeses. You unilaterally deciding his mother will miss one of the biggest days in his life is an asshole move. Talk to him. Don't decide for him." Exactly. Well put.
Yeah, I like that comment.
Mm,
I like that a lot.
someone said your fiance's relationship with his family is up to him. It was not your place to uninvite his mother. It's a whole different story if you told your fiance, I will not marry you if that homophobic cow is in attendance." So yes, I don't think he should have just uninvited his partner's mother. I think he should have talked to them about it, but I do think
Yeah.
he had every right to stand his ground and say there is not going to be a wedding if she's there. Like why would I want to go to my own wedding to a woman and there be somebody homophobic in the crowd that I know is going to say nasty things and think nasty things and just ruin my whole vibe of my wedding day.
Yeah, not to mention the alcoholism when they clearly have friends that they're worried about
Yeah.
having a good time, and if she's displaying such a behavior, like that's gonna be triggering for their friends, the people that they care about being there.
Yeah, not we're tunnel visioning on the homophobia. Not to mention she was literally excited talking about how
A
she
bit
can't
too
wait to get
excited.
drunk. Yeah, she can't wait to get drunk and be drunk and like all of this. It's a black tie wedding.
Yeah,
Black
like
tie. This is
that's
not a no
civil,
fucking backyard
respectful.
honky tonk in a barn in Oklahoma.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay, so this was posted 3 hours ago, so I don't think we're gonna have an update for a little while, but I'm gonna follow this
Oh,
because if there's an
yeah, yeah,
update,
follow it.
I want to know. I'm invested in that.
Yeah, okay. So in my opinion, I think everybody is an asshole in this one.
I think
For sure.
everybody's a little bit of an asshole, yeah, but at the same
The
time,
mom
I
being the biggest.
I don't think as for the title of it, I do not think that they're an asshole for uninviting such a toxic person from such a
Mm-mm.
beautiful celebration.
I
I
think they're
like
an
my
asshole for
husband.
not talking to their partner about it.
Yeah, I agree with that. And that their partner's an asshole for not backing up the person they're marrying. They're literally
Hmm.
marrying, and the mom's just an asshole all around.
Yeah, mom's a shitty person. There's no
Yeah.
ifs, ands, or buts about that one.
I don't support mom at all. My husband says I'm not confrontational, I'm strategical. I weigh the pros and cons of the situations I plot. I love Reddit reads. I think that it's super fun to do. And so I was like, what a great idea for doing it on our podcast. And I thought that it would be a good like distraction from the serious episodes that we do. And we've been kind
Yeah.
of doing those a lot. And then we had to take a break. It's just kind of been a domino effect for us lately. So we
Hmm.
haven't been able to do episodes like we want to.
We're not having Twiz here with us.
I know, it's
This is
really weird. I
weird.
feel
Twizzy.
bad. I feel so
I do
bad.
too. I feel
Like
like we kicked him out of the club.
we just recently all had a discussion where we were like, well, do we want to do episodes if just one of us is sick? That way we're not missing episodes and yada
Well, we've all
yada.
been so steadfast about like we're all three doing it because we talked about a
Yeah.
podcast for so long.
And it was like
And
all or
then we
none.
finally did it. Yeah, all or none, but like life gets in the way and things happen. So
Yeah.
I still feel bad though.
I feel bad. But you know what? If we have to do a shorter episode every once in a while, then we have to
Yeah,
do a shorter episode. We'll make it work. And
it's
honestly, we
okay.
would not have done this if it hadn't been for my husband being like insistent that, hey, go ahead and do it without me.
Yeah, yeah, because I thought it would if we were gonna cancel this week and just do it again like back on our normal schedule next week. But I like this little mini episode of
Mini
Reddit reads. It's
episode.
so cute.
I liked
I
liked
love
it.
it.
But yeah, that was our episode for today or for this week, and we all apologize that we've been a little behind. We apologize that the content hasn't been
Yeah,
out for the Reframing Gaming podcast, but we are going to be getting back
it's
to a
okay
normal
though.
schedule. We'll probably do some more of these Reddit reads and things like that
All
cuz
right,
this
guys.
was fun. This was fun.
This is really fun. I like this. I can't wait for October to do scary stories.
I know. I'm so excited. You
September,
guys,
like the end of September into like all of October, just scary stories.
yes, we're going to
So
be doing
exciting.
scary stuff. I have a couple of things already planned for that. I've
Was I
been
not supposed to
planning.
say anything? Did I
No,
leak?
you're good. You're good. Because I was so excited. I have been talking with pretty much all of y'all about it. I have been planning for this already all summer. I love
I'm
spooky
so
season.
excited. It's gonna be so fun.
I
You're
love
so good
spooky
at the
season.
podcast stuff. I want my stream and chat and the community to know that all this podcast stuff is freaking Twiz and Chessy. Chessy planning everything and making the graphics, and Twiz has he comes up with so many good ideas
He
to
does.
talk about. Twiz does. It's insane. And then I sit here and I just yap. That's my job. I yap.
Onyx yaps with us. She keeps everybody alive because she may be the gothic mama over here, but she keeps everybody alive.
Alive.
Yeah, you keep
I'm about to
everybody in
freeze to death.
chat like active and chatting and interested and stuff. You got such a great personality. Like you always call me your color and I'm sitting over here like I'm a rock. I'm boring as
You're
fuck.
not.
I'm gray
No.
colored.
You are. I was literally talking to my what doctor's appointment did I have yesterday? Wait, what is today?
Tuesday?
No, I did have my therapy appointment this week.
Did you? Did you do it
I had my
yesterday?
therapy yesterday. Yeah. We are on our correct week,
I
I'm
don't
pretty
even
sure.
know. I don't even know.
I did my therapy. I was just gonna say, I was just telling my therapist on Monday because I was like updating her on everything that had happened because I see her every 2 weeks. And I was telling her all about your event that happened Saturday
Oh.
and like everything about it, about how it was awesome and I had so much fun. And she was like, "Tell me about your friend." And I was like, "Jessie is my sunshine. I love her so much." Like I was like crying. I was
Oh my
crying to
god.
my therapist. No.
I Oh, okay, so here's the thing. I cry over you all the time, like no joke. I've woken up every day the last like week and a half with the song I wrote you playing in my head thinking about you. And I was like I can't even I need to practice it so that I can record it. And I've been trying to practice it so I can record it and I can't even get through it cuz I cry because I start thinking about you. And I'm
That's my
like,
best friend.
yes, that's my best friend. I'm like, you guys don't understand. You really don't. Like the song doesn't even say it all, but like
We've been through a lot with
she
each other.
is my biggest hype girl. She is literally like in the song the way that it says, "You're the coffee to my cream." Or the cream to my coffee, whatever it is I wrote, I can't even think straight. All of those things, it's like
I'm
that's exactly
cream.
what it is. We're like two
Is that
puzzle
right?
pieces
I know that's
because
right.
I've literally never had anybody show me what friendship looks like more than you.
Oh, stop.
Like, I'm
You're
so
making me blush.
lucky. I cry all the time
I
because I
don't
just feel
even
so lucky.
I don't remember what life was like without Chessy in it. That's how
I
long
don't
she's been
either.
in my life.
Y'all, we had the same glasses at one point. The exact same glasses frames. We didn't
That's
even
how
do it
we
on
met.
purpose.
That's how we that no lie
That's
that
what
I
started our
no
first conversation. Yeah.
yeah. Was we because we both had the exact same pairs of glasses
I
and you lived like what an hour away from me at
Yeah.
that point?
Yeah, I was still in
Something like that.
Sepulpa. And so this was like right after my mom died. I was just scrolling Facebook. I was sitting in Subway waiting because I every Friday I would go to Walmart and get groceries, but I would also get a
Mhm.
footlong sandwich and I would eat half of it for lunch that day and I would save the other half for lunch another day. And I would go get my groceries and I would go home. You know, I was 17 years old. I was trying to manage off $75 a week for groceries and I did it.
Yeah.
But that was like my little treat to myself was like every week I would just get myself a Subway sandwich and I would take
I
half
love
of it home.
Subway. Mm.
And I was sitting there waiting on my food. I was sitting at one of the tables and I was feeling okay that day. And I took a picture of myself and then I was scrolling Facebook. I was like, this girl has the same exact pair of glasses as me. And so
Yeah.
I took her picture, I took my picture, I pieced them together side by side and I shared it on Facebook. I was like, we're twins. We didn't even need to do it.
We didn't even really know each other. posted our pictures side by side.
Yep.
See, that's what I thought. I saw the picture and I was like, I don't know this girl. Cool.
I know, but you were so nice when you messaged me back too, and I was like, this is I love her. She's so nice. Like, I didn't have anybody nice to me at that point in my
See,
life
chat,
because
I've always been nice to people. Even
it's
little
true.
16-year-old me was nice.
It's true. It's true. Thank you guys for hanging out with us during this goofy little mini episode of the Reframing Gaming podcast. Hopefully, next episode, Twiz will be back to feeling better and he'll be back with us. But if not, we will work out an interesting topic that you guys can come listen to. Come the end of
Yeah.
September, we are going to be moving into spooky season, which means you're going to see a lot more jack-o'-lanterns and ravens floating around this little part of Twitch and YouTube. Keep
Yay.
reframing the game. We will see you all next episode. Take care of yourselves,
Yes.
drink your water, and we love you guys.
Love you. We're gonna go to Minecraft now. Are you
Hell yeah.